mess I was, I suppose, quite at ease at home with my food brought up at intervals from my bed, with all the sympathy I could want, and with all the time in the world to write thank you letters to all the people kind enough to send Christmas presents.
Hello, good morning, how you doing? It's Jim, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if it's your first time here. We are listening to Focus. No, not Focus. I was going to listen to Focus today, but not. We're going to listen to Egg. Egg. The band is called Egg. This is the Polite Force. Not the police force, the Polite Force. It's their second album. This band was part of the Canterbury scene. They released 3 albums between the end of the 1960s and the early 1970s. And it features Dave Stewart, who I was trying to remember, we've come across him before. And I think it's from Khan, which we listened to about a year and a bit ago. And he was the keyboard player from that. So they are, so an English prog rock band formed in 1968. They were remembered for their strange experimental sound, and the band produced 3 studio albums before disbanding in 1974. This is their second album, as I say. It came out in 1970. And it says on here that it was inevitable that Egg would be compared with Emerson, Lake and Palmer, a trio of bass, keyboards, drums, with the bassist also singing, coming along at the very end of the 1960s, incorporating serious classical influences and directed quotations into their extended pieces. On their second album, The Polite Force, they try for a higher wattage sound than Emerson, Lake and Palmer without as high velocity a brand of song. Dave Stewart's organ playing is as aggressive and melodic as Keith Emerson's, as he accomplishes a lot with less in the way of high-speed histrionics. So we've got a whole group of songs on here. We've got 3 initially, which we're going to do in the first video. Visit to Newport Hospital, Contra Song, and Boilk, I think it's pronounced. So we'll do those 3 together. Then we've got the last ones are called Long Piece Number 3. Long Piece Number 3 Continued. Long Piece Number 3 Continued. And Long Piece Number 3 Continued. Now, whether that all works out as one track or not, I don't know, but they're split on the CD. So I thought it was best to sort of just keep them all bunched together. So that's four pieces of Long Piece Number 3. No one's asked for this, I don't think. It's just one of those bands that I've heard about and I know that is part of the Canterbury scene. We've done a little bit of Canterbury stuff. Caravan, Khan, but there is loads there to go at. And this is another example of music from that era and from that geography, I suppose. I'm kind of keen to sort of find out what this is all about. So, should I say who's in the band? That would help, wouldn't it? Oh, Jimothy. Egg. There we go. So, it's Dave Stewart, who plays organs, Mont Campbell on bass and vocals, and Clive Brooks is the drummer. That's it. That's all we need to know. I think the next stop will be at the end of these first 3 tracks. So, A Visit to Newport Hospital, Contra Song, and Boilk. 3, 2, 1, go. Really, really cool sound. I like that a lot. hello. Like the wah-wah effect of the keyboard. That sounds like that's been sampled. It sounds like Crystal Waters. Might not be, but it sounded similar.
There used to be a time when we lived in the van. We used to roam about with Janice, Liz and Anne. Now looking back it seemed to be a happy time. And so we kid ourselves, we didn't really mind the hang-ups and the lack of bread. There were 4 of us then, the group was Uriel. We played 5 nights a week at Ryde Castle Hotel. We spent our time avoiding skinheads and the law. It was a freedom that we never felt before. And now we're doing this instead.
So good. No guitar on this at all. All synthesizer. Bass, organ, piano, drums. It's amazing, isn't it?
It was a way of life that was completely new. And so we found that we had quite a lot to do. The time time passed slowly and each day was much the same. We ate and loved and slept and no one was to blame for saying things better left unsaid.
I love this when you sort of put on a CD, you have no idea what's going to be on it or how it's going to sound. There's always a little gift, isn't it? Back to that riff again. That is such a cool sound. Oh! Right. Contra song. What does it say about this?
Gazing quite vacantly into space one day, sitting up in my bed, surrounded.
We've got a lot of guest musicians on this. Brass.
Superficially interesting, happily unaware that somewhere somebody was aware that somewhere somebody was awake and well, undisturbed, living on.
It says on here, brass arrangement by Morton Campbell. A basic 5/8/9/8 pattern developed with a basic. Of course it's basic.
But they felt it was necessary for people to see the pictures on no account, but they attempted to boost their paper circulation. I felt a wave close my eyes, which was worse.
Difficult to count. This is going all sorts of places. Love that swell. This is really cool. Hey?
less I was, I suppose. Quite at ease at home with my food, brought up at intervals to my bed, with all the sympathy I could want, and with all the time in the world to write thank you letters to all the people kind enough to send Christmas presents, and they knew I was really very insignificant.
Stabs. Excellent. Excellent. That's how that's finishing, is it? Right. Now then. Boilk, including bark. The heavens fall first. Dan's If you know, you know. I don't. You know, one of the things I've come to realise since doing the channel is that the term progressive rock is really unhelpful because it doesn't describe anything, does it? It really does not describe what you're going to be getting into. That's why I think actually the title of the channel now is probably more suitable. Just adventures in music. We just listen to adventurous music. That's really lovely. What year is this? 1970 something, isn't it? This sounds 40 years ahead of its time. 1971. If you had a sort of really sort of lo-fi, down-tempo drum loop playing under this with a bass, this would almost be sort of like Aphex Twin or Born to Canada. All sorts of studio gimmickry going on here. Different tapes playing different speeds, forwards, backwards. Glad I'm not under the influence of it. I'd be terrified. What does it say about this track? Let's find out. Nothing at all. Well, for those who wanted me to listen to Disgustipated on side 4 of Undertow by Tool, I'm going to, don't worry, I am going to do that. But this is kind of, I'm guessing what that is like a bit. Less than 2 minutes left. Don't worry, we're getting there. It fades into Bach. Very experimental. There we go. Let's just ring out. The end. My goodness, that was really rather interesting. Often when I go into these completely blind listens, deaf listen? I don't know. Why do we say it's a blind listen? Because it's not. We know what it means, but it's by definition, it's exactly not what it is. It is a completely unknown listen. Anyway, I'm going off the point. When I go into these, I have very often literally no idea what to expect, what the music is going to be like. Which is why I said it's really unhelpful for us to have this overarching categorization of music as progressive rock, because it's meaningless. All it means is it's not mainstream pop music. And it is unhelpful because it still doesn't sort of steer you as to what sort of thing you're going to be listening to. This is amazing, absolutely amazing. It's really, really, really experimental, really adventurous music, and not suffering through lack of guitar at all. I mean, we've had 3 completely different tracks there. Completely different. The first one was almost like an Emerson Lake Palmer type thing. The second one was almost funky, soulful, with all the sort of brass stabs and stuff going on in there. And that last one, oh my lord, it's like a dark, ambient Brian Eno type thing, merging into Bach at the end. I mean, this is just unprecedented and extraordinary music. It really is. We've got a little bit more to go. We've got the second half of this record, which is 1, 2, 3. It's 4 pieces, but it's all titled the same. It's long piece number 3. Then we have long piece number 3 continued, then long piece number 3 continued, and then long piece number 3 continued. And we've got 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Thereabouts. So that's what we've got to do next. I hope you are enjoying this. I suspect it's maybe a small audience for this. It's not exactly a household name, this band, is it? So those of you who are here, welcome. I'm glad you are. I hope you're enjoying it. And maybe I'll see you on the next video. And until then, this is Jim, over and